Let's see how we can set up a QA AI engineer that can help you out in your software workflow. Could be that you're working as a single person and you need someone to be able to test out your endpoint, your front end, pretty much just your full soft end stack. With the QA tech here, I'm going to show you how we can set up the full agent. I have some software running, it's public URL. Then we can see how we can set up test cases. So every time we do a new deployment, make changes to our app and so on, it's automatically going to run those test cases through. All the test cases, they can be set up with natural language. We're basically just prompting an agent. You can change the workflows, you can change the test cases, how it does everything, and you can also see all the steps that it's doing with both a video. It can test out data, it can test out results, and just make sure that you're not missing anything when you push it into your preview environment or your production environment. This is very good in the world of AI where we're using AI agents to code so much. Could be Claude code that you're using to build out new features, functionality, and so on. It might be that you miss some box for date filter, location filters, different drop-down menus, all different types of filters, because when you're just using AI, it's going to mess up some of those things and also just introduce bugs that you're not aware of, and that just makes it way harder to push it into production faster. So you can iterate fast with doing AI coding, but we also need a quality assurance agent or engineer sitting on top of it and act like making sure that it will work when we push it into production. Then we pretty much have the full stack. So let's just jump straight into it and see how we can do it. This is pretty much just the UI for QA tech. We're going to go over the documentation, how to set it up and so on. I've been playing around with it for my camera calibration software. So if you have a software system, an app and so on, could also just be a backend service. Everything can be hooked up, but here it can act like navigate around. So it can make button clicks, it can go in, upload images, test out that it's able to do the camera calibration end to end. So I can just sit and code with Claude Code. I can make all my changes and everything. Then I have predefined test cases that every time I push new changes and functionality, it's automatically going to run those through to test if they are act like going through successfully or if something is failing. Did my changes introduce some new bugs and so on? This is very important if you're not looking at every single aspect of the code that you're doing. So when you're starting out, we can basically just hook it up and say, I want a good test setup for my site. Help me create the first 3 to 5 test cases. You can integrate anything in here. It can take actions. It can test the backend endpoints, everything. And here we can see that some of the stuff from my website is actually like failing with the stereo camera calibration workflow. So it gives the error message as well. So we can just take that error message pretty much and just directly feed it into Claude Code again, and it will then help solve the bug. Once you push it, it will run through this test cases again with QA tech. We can see some of the ones here succeeded. We're going to go into it in just a second, but if we go to the front page, this is pretty much just where we can set up our new AI chat feature. If you go to the website, 10x faster AI testing for next wave tech teams. Again, everything that I'm sharing here in the video will be available under the description. So it's pretty much just reducing the manual work that you have to go do when you're scrubbing your software systems before you can push it into production in a staging environment. Like there's pretty much no need for a QA engineer now, or at least only one QA engineer that sets up this whole test case environment and your own CI/CD pipeline. So when you do your continuous integration and deployment, it will run these test cases through. So you can just make your team smaller, or your teams could be more productive by utilizing these tools here, and it has very cool integrations with Slack, Linear, and so on, all different types of ticketing systems. So if it spots any bugs, you can just feed it directly into your ticketing system. Your engineers can take care of it. So this is pretty awesome. Definitely go and check it out. Again, down in the description, there will be all the links. Bug detection rate 95% with QA tech, manually 80%. And again, it's so much cheaper again to have an AI agent just going through these steps than having a full-time engineer. The test time creation, just with natural language, as you're going to ChatGPT and asking for something, you can just ask it how you want to test out your system that you have built out. If we go inside the documentation, you can also see how to run tests, how to view results. They have the AI agent testing, AI chat assistant, knowledge graph, all these things here, but let's now jump into it and see how we can set it up. So inside the settings tab, I already have my software, camera calibration software up and running. So if we go inside applications, we can create a new application. Let's just call it test. Then we can have a production staging environment, and we have our environment URL. You can toggle on if it's a production environment or not. this app here, I've just coded it, the front end with Lovable, and then I'll build out the backend system myself, and then it's just deployed on Railway. So this is just a very quick wipe coded app. You can probably do this in a few hours. So let's go back here again. We just have production. So this is the one we have live. Environment, we hit on production environment, and then you can create the application. Then it's going to do all integrations and everything, and it will be available inside your setup here. So then you can just ask it to set up the new test cases. So generate 5 test cases for calibration tabs. So it already knows that we are connected to my website. I already did that for the AI chat that I have on the left side. So all the chats will be available on the left side. And then I was setting up these test cases. So first of all here, it just went in, did the complete camera calibration workflow. So the workflow is pretty much just go in there, upload images, run the camera calibration. You need to set up some settings as well. Then you need to hit some buttons, go in and check and verify the results. So this is actually like a pretty complex workflow. And this is what a user would go through, actually like clicking through the software and platform. You can also just test out backend APIs, all of that. You can just ask it, set up test cases for my backend APIs. I don't really have too many backend APIs here because it's mainly just getting the image, sending it to the backend, doing the processing and sending the results back. So I want to create some which is actually like failing. So I'm still working on the stereo calibration where we have 2 cameras, and then we can also see some of them here are succeeded. A very cool bug that is spotted was this access calibration results, because we have a results page. If I go in here and run the calibration, if I went into the results here, it didn't store the session or it didn't store the results to that specific session. It was only showing that inside the camera calibration tab here as well, and in the quality advisor. So here, for example, we can enter a session ID, but it didn't know about it in here in the results section. So this is a pretty cool bug that it just spotted pretty much out of the way. And this is the major bugs that it's spotting. It's also spotting some smaller ones. So here we can see for API testing, need some details about your endpoint. So get results, get session. I was needed to set up a workflow that could upload images as well. So I had to give it some examples, and then it gave me a image uploader. So we can see here, file upload created. It basically just created like a drag and drop interface. I dropped in an image for camera calibration, so you can use that image going forward when it's testing out the system. Because when we're doing camera calibration, you need actually images which you can use for calibration, so it needs to do that flow too. Let's go and take a look at how it does the single calibration workflow. So if you just click on any of the test cases, it will open up this tab where the most important ones is the goal. So the AI agent will have a goal, and this is also the expected results. And to be able to set up the test case, this is the steps that it needs to do. So if you need to make any modifications, set the columns to some other value, you can just change it directly here and run the workflow. You can add any step that you want in this workflow here. This is just the initial ones that has set up automatically with the AI agent. So the step, open browser, upload the checkerboard calibration image. This was the one that I just uploaded to the agent. Click on the calibration parameters. Then we need to set up our different parameters, and you can specify what is actually like has to do within these steps too. Then you need to click start calibration, verify calibration results are displayed. You have your console, network, page, test agent, and also your graph here. So this is where you can see all the test and agent information that it's doing. So pretty similar to over here. The other cool thing is that you get a video. So if you have any bugs, if it has spotted any bugs with the automated test that it has set up, it will pretty much just give you a video. You can feed that into Linear or your other ticketing system. Your AI engineers can go through the video. It will get the logs, the error logs as well if something was failing. You can very much just take that, feed it into Cloud Code and have it do the changes and the fixes, and then you can do another push. It will run the test, and then it succeeded. Then we can push into production. So it's all about just reducing manual work, but also being able to iterate fast. With the AI coding agents, you can iterate very, very fast, but the software systems that I have created, you run into a lot of problems, a lot of bugs that you don't spot because maybe you're changing some front-end functionality, then it's moving the headers around, it's moving some of the date pickers, some of the filters that you're using, moving that around. Maybe it changes the names, the variable names of the different filters that you're using in your backend system. All these bugs here, you will not spot them before you manually go into your software system and actually test them out. So let's try to just run this flow here again. So we hit run, and then it's going to run the test case through. We have before and after, but now we can see it opens the browser. We can see the actual live steps that it's taking. So now we're going to hit browse files. It has this image that I uploaded into the AI agent. Now it has this inside its usage. We will open up the image. So now we can see successfully opened up one image. It's going into the camera calibration settings, setting the rows to 7 and the columns to 11. And that's pretty much it. We can hit start calibration. We got the results back, and now we can verify the results are actually being displayed. So this was just a test case that it ran through. This is the exact same way that it's going to do for all the other test cases that you're going to set up. Now it will generate the video and pretty much just the summary or results of the test. Now we can see we got the pass up at the top, and then we can run this through for all the test cases we have. So we have results, quality analysis, and so on. You can set up test plans. So that could be groups of test cases that can be run as a unit. Pretty cool. So that could be scheduled. You can just have a scheduled test run every day running on your production environment, just making sure that it acts like work, so you don't have to go in there. Maybe you have customers, users act like interacting with your platform. You are a very small team. You don't have time to sit there and test out all the functionality. If something changes in the environment itself, and some backend services are going down, you can set up these automated test workflows. You have the results here. I have 3 passed and then I have 2 fails. You can see all different types of statistics as well. You can set up issues, insights, and they have integrations. If you go inside the documentation, integration to linear, all the different ticketing tools as I mentioned. So execution time, total execution count, how much time you have saved compared to doing it manually and so on. So you just get some very nice metrics. One thing that I found here while using the system is not only the test cases that you're setting up for your software system, but also minor errors and issues. So for example, these are the critical ones. This is my failed test cases that I've been running, but another very cool thing that is very hard to spot if you don't go into the code in very low detail is pretty much just these minor severity issues. So that could be color contrast enhanced, ensure the contrast between foreground and background colors meet some enhanced contrast ratio thresholds. Another one here, we have a bottom name, so ensure buttons has discernible text. Color contrast again here. Let's see, we have some major stuff here. I'm not sure, so we just have a calibration fail. This is also one of the test cases that it should be running. So we get some of these minor things here. If something is off in the colors and buttons, it's just some very nice stuff that is very hard to spot if you don't spend really much time on it. But let's go back into our results. So live calibration, we have our results section, camera calibration. So let's try to go in and take a look at our results. So this page does not display any previous results. We can create an issue with this. So again, we can grab this data directly, just throw it into it, because we know the goal, we know the test case that we're setting up, and we know the error. That's pretty much exactly what we need to throw into Claude Code, ChatGPT, or whatever coding agent that you're using. So the results page does not display any previous results. It gives the data. I will just grab, copy paste this section, throw it into Claude Code, and then we do another quick iteration. So don't need a quality assurance engineer, you don't need a front-end engineer. All these AI tools can easily do that. It's much more about iterating fast. Like, it pretty much just defines the outcome, how fast you can iterate, especially in this AI world. And then just understand user experience, create the best user experience. This tool also helps you with that, because there's no worse user experience than your system not working. So be a system designer, UX designer, like really know how to build good user experiences, build systems, be problem solver. It's not about being a QI engineer, front engineer, back end engineer. It's about being problem solver and iterating fast. So here we can see a video where it's playing. It's trying to go to the results section, and no calibration results are there yet, even though it should have it, because we're in the same session where we ran the calibration results. This is pretty cool. We can go back and take a look at some of the other test cases, but I just want to keep it simple to see how easy it actually is to set up. So one of the other test cases that we can look at is just a quality analysis. So we need to navigate to this quality and advisor page, and then we can verify the analysis interface, the quality of our camera calibration results, and we can hit the view latest button, but we actually need to make sure that we hit in our session ID. There we go. And now we can see we get all these results back. It's even extracting it, so it's just a full agent that interacts with your software system, extracts all the text and so on. So it's just a VLM interacting, crawling around on your website and doing all the testing. So we see here recommendation display, capture images with the pattern near corners. So it just grabs the actual text from our results. So this is pretty cool. Very, very easy to use. You can go in and see the network logs. You can see the console. So what is it actually like calling? What endpoint is it calling? So here we have quality, v1 quality, latest calibration, analyze. You can throw this into the chat as well. We were setting up that API, testing APIs out. So that could be set up an API that makes sure that there's always analysis ready once you have done a calibration run. This is not the best system in the world. Like, this is a very fast, quick, wipe-coded app, but this works for any system and it's very easy to set up. So if you're building software systems using AI a lot and just want to save a ton of manual time, definitely go in and check out the QA Tech AI agent that pretty much just does all the testing of your software systems. And again, as I mentioned throughout the video, tons of cool different integrations you can do. You can even set up your own test case run. They have like the API that you can use. Inside documentation, you can find all the details. That could be GitHub Actions. You can set up GitHub, Linear, Jira, depending on whatever you use for the ticketing system. Could also be Slack notifications. If something fails, it will send you a Slack notification and you can get on solving that problem way faster. So this is a pretty cool one. GitHub Actions, just setting up the CI/CD pipeline. Every time you push, it's going to run the test cases. Then you can iterate and get it into production faster. This is very important to use, guys. Definitely go and check it out. Everything will be down in the description. I'll definitely create more videos with this tool here, using it for my own software systems just to iterate fast, because then you can vibe code your apps, have your QA engineer, then you can have your AI agent spot bugs and improvements while you're iterating fast on your software system. This is definitely the future. It's only going this direction here. Both the models are becoming better. The time that you have to spend, it's much more about solving problems and knowing what tools to combine to be able to iterate fast. Hope you learned a ton this video here, guys. Hope to see you guys in one of the upcoming ones. Until then, happy coding.